Yo, what up, Tube? Let's talk about something real simple. So in life, we tend to overcomplicate things, and it don't have to be like that. Come on now. Some of these things we already know in the back of our mind, subconsciously. We go through these experiences, and we ignore things we should be paying attention to, and that's what throws us off. We be in denial. So let's talk about it. Why 95% of black women cannot be trusted. 95%. It means only 5% of them are even worth a damn. And you have to make them earn their stripes. You definitely have to make them earn their stripes. Because at face value, they all look the same. They all wear the same mask. They all use the same excuses. They all read out of the same book of bullshit. Don't they? Y'all know. They all read from the same book of BS. And you all know it. And that's a big number. Yeah, that's a big number. But you compare them to any other demographic of women. The ones that are getting married, the ones that are being chosen, even the ones that had the opportunity to get remarried, let's say they're a widower, a widow. So, let's read out of the National Library of Medicine. See, this has all been documented. National Center for Biotechnology Information. I'm going to leave this link in the description section. Recent estimates highlight an important trend. Black women are less likely to enter into marriage or remarry than are black men or women from other racial and ethnic groups. And they cite sources too. American Fact Finder 2011, Banks 2011. I mean, these things, you can check it out in a description column. These things are not surprising. What else is talking about? Furthermore, 7 out of 10 black women are unmarried, and 3 out of 10 may never marry. They cite Banks in 2011. Thus, the disproportionate number of black women who are single has been well documented. This demographic pattern is so noticeable that it has even received considerable attention from popular media. You got the CNN documentary titled Black in America, ABC News Nightline special titled Why Can a Successful Black Woman Find a Man? Well, that question is obvious. That question is very obvious. That question is very obvious. Very, very obvious. Most of the time, it's your sucky attitudes, your penis envy, various conflicts that are just created out of thin air. And they say it's a trend. These are actually medical medical information like documentation, census information. Let's see, social scientists have found considerable heterogeneity. I can't even pronounce that. Getting tongue tied over here. In black women's reasons for remaining single. Among those desiring to marry, scholars have identified barriers related to economic instabilities, challenges, and undermine long-term relationship success. Difficulty trusting, current relationship problems, pain from past relationships, inequities in human capital between partners, fear of divorce, and concerns about readiness for marriage. Yeah, yeah. It's a very interesting article. And then a lot of them come into, like, when you meet them, some of them pop off in the beginning, like, oh, what are you here for? And I won't be disrespected. And that's like the introductory conversation piece. They already have preconceived notions already. Minds are already poisoned. I'm like, damn, all I did was say hello. But they're so inviting. And they wonder why they're in the bottom. And they want to drag a lot of us down with them. It's the cane toad phenomenon, fellas. I'm trying to tell you. Cane toads, they're poisonous. You have to avoid them at all costs. SYSBM. This study's purpose was to explore the reasons black women are disproportionately single according to the unique viewpoint of married black men. The sample comprised 52 married black men who resided in Northeast Georgia, and average age is around like 43. Qualitative interviews were conducted in 2010 as part of the Pathways to Marriage study. The authors analyzed the data in a collaborative fashion and utilized content analysis to explore the relationships in the data, which were derived from qualitative interviews with the men. Findings on the reasons for the disproportionality of singlehood among black women reflected these four themes: gender relations, marriage, education, and socialization, individual development, and a preference for gay lesbian relationships. Recommendations for future research are discussed. Yeah, a lot of them want to be carpet munchers for whatever reason. But you know how that'll go. That's gonna be, brothers, that's gonna be y'all fault too. Like, oh my goodness, she wants to munch carpets, and that's my fault too. Well, get a Brazilian in. How about that? Tell your girlfriend to get a Brazilian. And just leave us alone altogether. Just, everybody be happy then. But no, that can't do that. That makes too much sense. That would be your fault too. Yes. Don't forget. It's always your fault. Even though they come to situations and the initial statements be, let me tell you, brother, something. I challenge you, brothers. You ain't even got to take it seriously. Go to some of these dating apps and websites and look at their introduction to themselves where it says, tell us something about yourselves. Just look how angry and aggressive they come off. These are definitely the quangs of cane toads, if I ever seen any. And you have a lot of experience with them. You can't tell me you don't. You've seen it as well as I've seen it. We've all seen it. Society's in denial. They can do what they want, say what they want, get away with what they want. And then in the end, it's your fault, brothers. Brothers, it's your fault. Ain't that right? And this is a story, actually, this is a story that people actually doing research on this. So it's not like something that was just thrown together. This is actually a study, a medical study. Sounds like somebody might have some chemical imbalances. Anyway, I'm gonna leave a link to this article in the description section. You guys can check it out. Let me know what you think. You know, if you like my content, like, share, and subscribe. Show support. Hit the Cash App, Cobra Clutch 357. And that being said, I'm gonna probably do a part 2 to this too, because this is some, this is something that needs to be brought to the forefront anyway. We've been overlooking this for too many decades, which is why the black community still vote for the Democrats, because they feed into this nonsense, and they've been feeding into it ever since the 60s. You can even go back farther than that, where the seeds were planted in the black community. The seeds of the sentiment, that the black woman has for the black man. What a shame. But like I said, SYSBM. Don't choke on woke. I'll holler at y'all. See you when I see you. Later.